To be in Mommy Live. Say hi. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see what you gonna look like when your hair get longer. Oh, you don't want to? Okay. You want Mommy turn your show on? Oh my gosh, the spirit is so deep right now. Is it deep? What is it? It's so invigorating right now. Oh, I'm really excited to say this. I'm really, really, really excited to say this. Okay, so everybody who would get on my channel and actually like search around in my channel, because I have like playlists of like different types of videos that I used to make. I used to make videos about numerology, and I used to make videos about astrology, and I used to make videos about like trauma and generational um, healing and chain breaking, and just like all of the things that go with trauma and generational curses and stuff like that. I used to make videos about like books that I was reading and important spiritual stuff. Basically, for the most part, I talk so much about the spirit, whether you call it God, your higher self, Buddha, Allah, like whatever you, Jesus, whatever you literally want to call it. The thing is, I don't give a crap about the name that you decide to call it, but the spirit and the energy and the realness of something bigger and a higher thing, purpose and the spirit and the air, the universe, you could call it the universe. It's true. Don't care what you call it, honestly. It won't make a difference to me. Whatever you decide to call it, that's great. I'm glad that you feel it. That's all that matters, is you feel it. Because if we couldn't speak, it wouldn't change what it is. If we weren't segregated throughout all of these centuries, we wouldn't call it different things in the first place, honestly, probably either. So honestly, what's going on right now? I am in the United States. You're possibly in the United States. Comment if you are not in the United States. Literally comment where you're at if you're not in the country of the USA. So if you're in a different country or even on a different continent, because actually I seen on my algorithm stuff that I be in Africa. What's up, y'all? Yeah, I'm African American. Yeah, I'm also other things too that make me the American part, obviously. And it's so crazy to come to that revelation. America is having slavery still. We are still slaves. The working class are the slaves, and they think because they're doing it willingly in a way that they're not actually slaves. And because we've been taught that the black people were slaves, they don't think that they're slaves either, because a lot of them aren't black. But lots of people are working minimum wage jobs and not living up to life. They're not living the happiness of life that God gave us, our birthright of life, just normal, just life. And that's because of the system, which is the Antichrist, that has been put into place on this planet. Well, I think on this planet because they're all in a cahoots. All of like the people who are the world leaders, and not actually the actual world leaders, because those people are our age range. Like they're not like centuries old. So it's the system that was made centuries ago, lots of time ago, that is the Antichrist. Like the Antichrist put it in place. The people who killed Jesus. Because I do believe that Jesus was a real human being. That's the thing. So God and Jesus are not the same people. God is not a people. God is like the universe, the air. Like it's the spirit. I'm going to just say spirit. Because me personally, that's how I feel it. It's the spirit. We are all spirits having a human existence, right? Because our spirit came from the spirit of God. Stay with me. That's all that matters. Okay. What we're going through right now has been in the books. It's in the books. It's called the latter days. It's called the end times. And we're literally in it. And so what's going on with the United States and Donald Trump and the Republicans and all of the stuff that's going on and what they're doing, y'all messed up. People messed up. People didn't go out and vote for Kamala in the United States. People who are about to be so negatively affected by what's going on are a majority of the reason why the things are going to happen that's going on, because they didn't go out and vote for Kamala. She could have won if she had more people voting for her, which lots of people that didn't want Trump to be president didn't go out and vote. So the people who did want Trump to be president went out and voted. And he won because his people did what they needed to do. Yeah. So, and it's not even politics, but it's politics because politics is really important if you're living in the place that happens. It's called politics, but other places it's just called the government. We in the United States had the luxury, and I say had very intentionally, had the luxury to vote what was going on. Janelle, why every time I get on live you want to cry and do all of that? Exactly. And then you be quiet when I'm quiet. That don't make sense. Are you okay? What would you like? Anyway, we had the luxury. Give me a kiss. Give me a hug. Do you want some milk? Or you want some water? We had the luxury, because he's trying to take it away, of voting for what was going on in our country. And now we've been subjected to the Antichrist. And obviously what Antichrist is, oh, what's the Antichrist? No one, who's the Antichrist? The Antichrist is the Antichrist. The Antichrist. Christ is Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, God, all of that. The Spirit that I'm talking about that we are all part of. They're anti that. They're anti us being born and actually living a life that is free. And they say they're the land of the free, and they put God in their things, but they don't really truly believe the way that they need to, and the way that is real. Because if they did, people wouldn't have to work to have a livelihood. Are you okay? If you don't think that it's slavery, just to ask yourself, if you needed a mental health break for a whole entire year and you just stopped working, how would that work out? If your livelihood would be messed up because you needed a mental health break to be okay and not work and not interact with the world, and your livelihood literally was up in shambles and you were considered homeless and broke and just like a menace to society or a hazard to society or a nuisance to society, it's literally the Antichrist, what's going on. And it's about to stop. It's about to be put into shambles because it's not of what was supposed to be. And the people who are in the Antichrist right now think that what they're doing is going to work out to their favor. But it's literally the last straw on God's back to bring his wrath down. And that's why so many people are talking about this right now. And so many people started going through spiritual awakenings during the quarantine because many people were called. Many people were called. And now we're going to see that only few of them were chosen when things all start happening the way it happened. And if you know what's good for you, you will find a chosen one somewhere around you, and you will follow them, and you will learn and listen to them as things start to unfold. If you think that things are going to unfold and you're going to get to have all the answers before you choose your path, that's not how it works. You have to have some kind of connection to God, to your own personal God, through your own self, through your own spirit, to know which direction to go in soon. And because the direction to go in soon is already said to be the direction that not many people will actually go, if you need validation from other people to be okay with being in the right direction, then you're not going to go the right direction because you're going to be too focused on society. Society is not what we should be focused on right now. It is, though, because knowing your surroundings is the most important thing right now. Having your mental health right now is the most important thing. Being in control of your own mind, body, and spirit right now is the most important thing, because that's your connection to God. And like I said, many of us during the quarantine were called, and we're still doing the path to figure out if we're going to be chosen, but the path is pathing. Things are happening. Thank you. Thank you. You right? You left-handed or you right-handed? Let me see. Ooh, right-handed. Okay. Thought it was going to be a little different, but okay. But it's so important. It's so important right now to understand that what's going on right now is going to happen. We had the choice. We had the choice as a society to pick Christ, and we picked, not we all the time, not all of us, but majority of us voted for Antichrist. And so the famines are going to happen, the wars and all that kind of stuff. But that's why you don't focus on that part 100%. That don't mean you ignore it and act like it's not happening and live life like it's not happening. That's not the right way to do it. Obviously, people did that when they decided not to go out and fucking vote. Yeah, I'm a cuss, because that deserved a cuss word. No, you don't act like it's not happening, because it's going to affect every single person. It's going to affect us. The thing about it affecting, though, is it shouldn't be able to touch your soul. If it was able to touch your soul, you weren't connected to God. You were in the Antichrist. You weren't in the celestial kingdom. So your mental health should not be able to be affected by what's about to happen. Because if you were called and you did the work, and you're doing the work continuously, and you're staying in the work of the Spirit, the path of the Spirit, it will not go away. Your mental health will not deteriorate when things start happening that's about to start happening in this world. And they call people conspiracy theorists, and they called them Jesus freaks, and they called them religious freaks and stuff like that, which I'm not gonna say some people didn't deserve a little bit, because they're false prophets, because they will be the ones sitting there not doing anything. They will be the ones sitting there not doing but that's not for me to judge. That's up to God, and they will find that out themselves when it happens. So I'm not going to say too much on that. But all I'm saying is that what's going on in the world right now is bigger than what it seems like, and it already seems big. If you are waking up at a time where things are actually happening, you're waking up way too late. You're waking up way too late. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You going into play? Okay. You want mommy? You're waking up way too late if you're waking up when things are actually happening. And if you're waking up when things are actually happening, and the people who've been trying to tell you certain things like this have already moved away, I'm so sorry to tell you, they already went a certain path that you decided not to take because you thought they were crazy, or you thought they were like overreacting, or like just something you just didn't believe, you didn't call. It'll be like Noah and the ark. We're trying to tell y'all, but when God tells us to move and do whatever it is that we need to do, we're gonna do it. And if y'all get left behind because y'all decided to be a part of society and decided to wait until it showed itself to you fully in effect, you're not gonna be saved. You're not gonna be saved. And I'm trying so hard right now because I want all my loved ones to be saved. But at the moment, they talk and they look and they've, like, since 2020, literally I was around a group of people who I was calling my friend. I called one of them my boyfriend at the time, thought we were going to be a family. I live with my mom and my siblings, and I thought, okay, this stuff is going on. You okay? You pooping? And I'm trying to tell them all of this stuff that I'm going through on a spiritual basis. And I'm like, y'all don't see it. Y'all don't understand it. And they didn't. And they called me crazy. A lot of them plotted on my life to make me look like I was crazy, or to make me look like I was a bad person, or treated me like I was less than because of it. And God showed me at that moment that those people weren't my people, and that I needed to move on. And I kept pushing back. But I'm so glad that I was really chosen, because God made me made it happen that I needed to move away, that I did move away, and I didn't look back, and I kept going forward, and I had to figure out life for myself and go find my people who, when I talk about the exact same things I was talking about back then, they're like, they know. It's not a big shock, cultural shock to them, where they're like, oh, you're crazy, and they're laughing it off and thinking that you're some like wackadoo. They're like, yeah, you're completely right. Yeah, yeah. And then they tell me more things to add to my thing, and then I know with discernment that, oh my gosh, yes, I didn't know how to put that into words, but yes, that was part of my confirmation too. I just didn't know how to put it into words because I didn't know that part. That's why the body of Christ is important, and the community of the gathered is important. But anyway, all I'm gonna say, I'm gonna just make this real short. 15 minutes is long enough. People don't be wanting to watch all of that, but that's actually kind of good at the same time. But yeah, it's happening. And because I've already like had this confirmation and this download and this spiritual epiphany and revelation, the book of Revelations, mentally I'm prepared. And that's the most, like I said, that's literally the most important part about what's going on, is being mentally in the right path and right frequency. Being mentally in the right frequency, having your spirit in the right frequency, the God frequency, for things to be a-okay when things are going to be all hell down here. Yes, and there will be a new land, there will be a new world, there will be the promised land, basically. And I don't mean it figuratively, the way you would think when you read it in the Bible at first, or when you hear it from people who swear by the Bible or who believe in the Bible and you don't know if you believe yet. And that's totally okay if you haven't had your confirmation yet. But if I were you, I would pray about it. I would pray about it. And praying means that you just ask yourself, and you just ask the Spirit, you just ask the universe, you speak it out loud. And then you wait and you watch and you listen and you tune out society. Anything that isn't you, you tune it out. But anyway, yeah, y'all comment if y'all not in the United States. And if you are in the United States, comment the state you're in, because who knows? We'll probably need each other. We'll probably meet each other if we're on the same frequency. But yeah, I hope you guys get answers if you need more answers and clarity. Bye, because my daughter acting a fool.